In a world filled with noise and chaos, where everyone seems to fight to be heard, there exists a group of people who follow a different path, the chosen ones. They are those who, in their essence, carry a special calling and a divine mission. But being a chosen one is not about titles or privileges. It is about commitment, purpose, and the courage to stand firm in the face of adversity. Since ancient times, we have learned from the scriptures that God chooses those who have a heart willing to hear His voice and walk a path of truth. This calling does not come with promises of ease, but with the certainty that every challenge faced has a greater purpose. The strength of the chosen ones lies in their faith, in the wisdom to discern their battles, and in the trust that, even in silence, God is working in their favor. Jesus gave us a clear example of this in Matthew 7:6, warning us not to waste what is sacred on those who cannot comprehend its value. Being a chosen one means knowing when to speak, when to be silent, and above all, when to trust that divine power is at work in every detail. This journey requires not only strength, but also discernment, patience, and above all, a deep connection with the Creator. Today, we embark on a reflection on what it means to be a chosen one, and how this role manifests in our daily lives. Get ready to explore how your light, your mission, and your faith can transform your life and the world around you. After all, the divine calling is both a privilege and a responsibility, and those who accept it are destined to make a difference. Don't forget to follow the channel and activate notifications. First of all, being a chosen one does not mean pleasing everyone or seeking the approval of people. It is about fulfilling a greater mission, guided by the hand of God. Sometimes, it takes courage to remain silent, especially when we face criticism or misunderstandings. This silence is a form of protection, a way to shield ourselves from negative energies and distractions that can divert us from our path. When we allow ourselves moments of quiet, we find space to hear the voice of God. It is in this silence that we can reflect on our experiences, our struggles, and our victories. By silencing external voices, we can hear the inner voice that guides and strengthens us. It is there that we realize that God is always working in our lives, even when we cannot see it. Moreover, silence helps us discern. Not everyone who approaches us has good intentions. Some people may want to divert us from our purpose or make us doubt our beliefs. By practicing silence, we can filter these influences and focus on what truly matters, our connection with God and our spiritual mission. Being a chosen one is a special calling. It is an invitation to live differently, to be a light in a world that often seems dark. And this light shines more brightly when we know when to speak and when to be silent. Silence is a powerful tool that allows us to act with wisdom and discernment. When we observe the life of Jesus, we notice that He taught us a lot about how to deal with adversities and criticism. One of the most striking aspects of His ministry was the way He faced His opponents. Jesus showed us that not every battle should be fought, and that many times, silence is the wisest response. In Mark 1, we find a powerful example. Jesus was in a synagogue when a man possessed by an impure spirit began to shout. Instead of entering into a debate or trying to justify his authority, he simply rebuked the demon firmly. This attitude teaches us that in many situations, the best response is to act with discernment and not get lost in words that lead nowhere. When we try to explain ourselves to those who do not share the same spiritual vision, we run the risk of opening gaps to be attacked. Often, people who do not understand our faith or our purpose may ask provocative questions or make criticisms that lead us to justify ourselves. This can be dangerous, as by exposing ourselves, we may end up revealing our vulnerabilities and giving others space to destabilize us. Protecting our spiritual pearls is essential. These pearls represent our beliefs, our values, and the essence of who we are as chosen ones of God. When we feel pressured to explain ourselves, we may end up devaluing what is sacred in our lives. It is important to remember that we do not need to justify our faith or our choices to those who are not ready to hear or understand. Silence, in this context, is not just an absence of words. It is a conscious choice not to engage in discussions that do not bring edification. Jesus taught us that instead of entering into debates, we should focus on our mission and our relationship with God. When we concentrate on living according to our principles, our light shines more brightly, and those who are ready to listen will notice the difference. Moreover, the danger of explanations often manifests in our own minds. We may feel insecure and start to question our beliefs when confronted. It is natural to want to justify ourselves, but it is crucial to remember that our identity is not in the opinions of others. We are children of God, and our true security comes from Him. When Jesus faced the Pharisees and other opponents, He did not let Himself be swayed by their provocations. He knew that many of them were not open to the truth, and that His words would be in vain. Instead, He used His time and energy to teach those who were willing to listen and learn. This is an important lesson for us. We should direct our attention and efforts to those who truly wish to grow spiritually. Silence also gives us the opportunity to reflect and seek God's guidance. In moments of doubt or conflict, it is essential to stop and listen to the voice of the Creator. Often, amid the noise and confusion, we can lose sight of what truly matters. Silence allows us to recharge our energies and align ourselves with divine purpose. Furthermore, by being silent, we create space for God to work in our lives. He can give us discernment and clarity on how to act in certain situations. When we trust in His wisdom, we can face challenges with more confidence and security. The power of silence does not mean that we should remain silent in the face of injustice or wrongdoing. There are times when we need to take a stand and defend the truth. However, this should be done with discernment and wisdom, carefully choosing when and how to speak. Silence can be a form of resistance, a way to affirm our faith without entering into unnecessary conflicts. The life of Jesus teaches us that true strength lies in knowing when to speak and when to be silent. Silence is a powerful tool that allows us to act with wisdom and discernment. By choosing silence instead of justifying ourselves, we open space for God to work in our lives and guide us on our journey. May we learn to trust in His wisdom and live according to our calling, knowing that we are truly loved and guided by Him. The 144,000 mentioned in Revelation symbolize those who have been called to lead humanity into a new era of light and spiritual renewal. These chosen ones are not just symbolic figures. They represent a special group of people who have a fundamental role in transforming the world. Their mission is clear: to raise the planet's vibration and serve as beacons of hope and transformation. These chosen ones carry significant responsibility. They are called to act as spiritual guides, showing the way for those seeking truth and light. Their presence is a reminder that, even in times of darkness, there is always a possibility of renewal and healing. They dedicate themselves to helping others find their own spiritual path, offering support, love, and understanding. Raising the planet's vibration is a task that requires commitment and dedication. The chosen ones engage in spiritual practices that not only benefit themselves, but also positively influence those around them. Through meditation, prayer, and altruistic actions, they create an environment of peace and harmony. This positive energy spreads, inspiring others to join in this mission of transformation. The chosen ones are beacons of hope in a world that often seems chaotic and desolate. They stand out as examples of love and compassion, dedicating their lives to serving the needy and healing the wounded. Their actions speak louder than words, and they strive to show that true strength lies in kindness and empathy. This dedication to service is a tangible expression of their faith and commitment to the divine mission. Moreover, the chosen ones have the ability to inspire transformation. They do not just talk about necessary changes, they embody them in their daily lives. By living authentic, love, in turn, is the most powerful force in the universe. The chosen ones understand that by loving unconditionally, they can dissipate darkness and bring light to the most difficult situations. Love is an energy that transcends barriers and unites people, regardless of their differences. By practicing love in their daily interactions, the chosen ones help create an environment where peace and harmony can flourish. The chosen ones play a fundamental role in preparing the ground for a harmonious future. They not only work to transform the present, but also have a clear vision of what is possible. They dream of a world where compassion, justice, and unity prevail. This vision motivates them to act and inspire others to join this cause. Through their actions, the chosen ones help create a new reality. They engage in initiatives that promote peace, social justice, and environmental healing. They understand that transformation begins at the individual level, but expands to the community and eventually to the world. Every small action counts, and every choice made with love and intention contributes to building a better future. The chosen ones also recognize the importance of community. They are not alone in their mission. They are part of a larger body of people who share the same vision of a better world. This community of chosen ones supports one another, sharing experiences, prayers, and encouragement. Together, they form a network of light that spreads across the planet. The unity among the chosen ones is a powerful force. When they gather in prayer or joint actions, their collective energy amplifies the impact of their intentions. This collaboration is essential for facing the challenges that arise and for creating a movement of transformation that resonates throughout the world. The role of the chosen ones in the new earth is of utmost importance. They are called to lead humanity toward a new era of light and spiritual renewal, raising the planet's vibration and serving as beacons of hope and transformation. Their actions and prayers bring healing and inspiration, preparing the ground for a harmonious future. This mission is a struggle against the forces of darkness, but not with weapons, rather with the strength of faith and love. The chosen ones are those who, through their dedication and commitment, help create a world where light prevails over darkness. May we all draw inspiration from their examples and unite in this divine mission, contributing to the building of a new earth filled with love, peace, and harmony. Discernment is an essential gift for the chosen ones. In a world filled with voices and influences, the ability to distinguish between what is true and what is illusory becomes a vital skill. Not everyone who approaches has good intentions, and identifying those who truly value your light is a constant challenge. Discernment is not just a matter of judgment. It is a spiritual skill that allows the chosen ones to navigate the complexities of life with wisdom and clarity. When you think about the interactions you have daily, it is easy to see how people can have different motivations. Some approach with genuine intentions, seeking support and guidance, while others may have hidden agendas that are not beneficial. Discernment helps the chosen ones recognize these differences, allowing them to protect themselves from distractions and attacks. One of the main challenges that the chosen ones face is the pressure to conform to the expectations of others. In a world that often values superficiality and appearance, it is easy to get lost in others' opinions and stray from the spiritual path. Discernment acts as an internal compass, guiding the chosen ones back to their true purpose. It helps them identify what is truly important in their lives and focus on what strengthens their connection with God. To develop this skill, self-reflection is fundamental. It is important to be in tune with your own emotions, thoughts, and intuitions. This requires a commitment to honesty and vulnerability. By getting to know themselves better, the chosen ones can more easily identify external influences that may affect their spiritual well-being. This self-awareness is crucial for discerning between what is true and what is illusory. Prayer and meditation are powerful tools in this process. When you connect with God in moments of quiet, you can receive guidance and clarity about your situations. Prayer is not just a way to ask for help. It is an opportunity to hear God's voice and receive wisdom. Meditation, in turn, allows the mind to calm down and thoughts to organize, creating space for intuition to manifest. Paying attention to your emotional reactions is also an important part of discernment. Often, our emotions can give us clues about the authenticity of others' intentions. If someone provokes a feeling of discomfort or distrust, it is important to pay attention to these signs. Discernment involves not only rational analysis, but also listening to the emotions and intuitions that arise in response to different interactions. Another aspect to consider is the ability to recognize the traps of the ego. The ego can lead us to seek external validation or to engage in unnecessary conflicts. The chosen ones must be aware of how the ego can distort their perception of reality and influence their decisions. Cultivating humility and gratitude can help free them from the shackles of the ego and open space for divine wisdom. Furthermore, it is important to discern between different spiritual voices. In a world where many philosophies and teachings coexist, it is essential for the chosen ones to be critical of what they absorb. Not all messages that seem spiritual are true or beneficial. Discernment allows them to filter what is truly aligned with their mission and purpose, avoiding confusion and disillusionment. Discernment is an ongoing process. As we evolve spiritually, our perceptions and understandings also change. What may have been true for us at a certain moment may no longer be relevant at another. Therefore, it is essential to keep an open mind and be willing to reevaluate beliefs and practices as we progress on our journey. Learning to say no when necessary is an important part of discernment. The chosen ones must learn to set healthy boundaries in their lives. This means recognizing when an interaction or situation is not aligned with their spiritual purpose and having the courage to walk away. Saying no is not an act of rejection, but an affirmation of self-love and respect for oneself and one's mission. Discernment can also be a powerful tool for spiritual protection. By identifying and avoiding negative influences, the chosen ones can preserve their energy and focus. This is especially important in a world where distractions are abundant and negative energies can be contagious. Discernment allows them to remain steadfast in their light, even when faced with challenges. Finally, discernment is an expression of divine love. When the chosen ones discern wisely, they not only take care of themselves, but also honor the light that God has placed within them. This light is a gift that must be shared with the world, and discernment is the key to ensuring that this light shines authentically and impactfully. Learning to discern is a journey that requires practice and patience. As you dedicate yourself to this skill, you will find that it becomes easier to identify what is true and what is not. This clarity will not only strengthen your connection with God, but also allow you to live more authentically and aligned with your purpose. By cultivating discernment, you become a beacon of light, not only for yourself, but also for those around you. In our spiritual journey, we often encounter people who, intentionally or not, can act as obstacles in our path. These interactions can be challenging, and we often feel compelled to justify ourselves or explain our choices and beliefs. However, it is crucial to recognize that this need for explanation can be a trap that diverts us from our true mission. When we talk about demons in human form, we are referring to those negative influences that can manifest in our lives through criticism, distrust, or manipulation. These people may not have good intentions, and by trying to explain ourselves to them, we run the risk of getting lost in a cycle of doubt and insecurity. It is essential to understand that we do not need to justify our light to those who are not ready to see it. The first step to stop explaining yourself is to recognize these interactions for what they truly are. Often, the people around us may not understand or value our spiritual journey. They may be caught up in their own struggles and, as a result, project their insecurities onto us. When this happens, it is easy to feel pressured to defend yourself or explain your choices. However, this need for external validation can take us away from our true essence. Instead of getting lost in explanations, it is more productive to focus on your own energy and your connection with God. When you dedicate yourself to cultivating your inner light, you become less susceptible to external influences. This does not mean that you should ignore criticism or challenges, but rather that you should approach them with discernment. Ask yourself, is this interaction helping me grow, or is it draining my energy? If the answer is the latter, it may be time to set boundaries. Establishing healthy boundaries is an essential part of protecting your energy. This may mean limiting the time you spend with people who do not respect your journey or who constantly question your choices. By doing this, you create a safe space where you can focus on your mission and your spiritual growth. Remember that your light is precious and should be shared with those who value it. Additionally, it is important to cultivate self-confidence. When you feel secure in your own skin and in your beliefs, the need to explain yourself diminishes. Self-confidence comes from a deep understanding of who you are and what you represent. This can be achieved through the practice of self-reflection, meditation, and prayer. By connecting with your essence, you become less vulnerable to the opinions of others. Another effective strategy is to practice compassion, both for yourself and for others. Often, those who act as demons in our lives are struggling with their own internal battles. Instead of reacting with anger or frustration, try to see the situation through a lens of compassion. This does not mean that you should tolerate harmful behaviors, but rather that you can choose how to respond to them. By cultivating compassion, you empower yourself and distance yourself from negative interactions. Furthermore, it is essential to remember that your spiritual journey is unique and personal. There is no right or wrong path, and each of us has our own pace of growth. When you focus on your own journey, you become less concerned with the need to justify yourself to others. This does not mean that you should isolate yourself, but rather that you should surround yourself with people who support and encourage your growth. The practice of silence can also be a powerful tool. Instead of feeling pressured to respond or explain, allow yourself moments of quiet. Silence can be a space for reflection and connection with God, where you can find clarity and strength. Often, the answers we seek do not come from words, but from moments of introspection and spiritual connection. Finally, remember that you are not alone on this journey. Many chosen ones face similar challenges and may feel overwhelmed by the expectations of others. By joining a supportive community, you can share experiences and find encouragement. This support network can be a source of strength and inspiration reminding you that your light is valuable and worthy of being shared. By stopping the need to explain yourself to demons in human form, you free yourself from the shackles that may be holding back your energy and purpose. This liberation allows you to focus on what truly matters, your connection with God and your spiritual mission. By cultivating discernment, setting healthy boundaries, and practicing compassion, you become a beacon of light in a world that often seems dark. Remember that your journey is unique and that you have the right to live according to your beliefs and values. By embracing your light and stopping the need to justify yourself to those who do not value it, you become a powerful example of faith and authenticity. Your presence can inspire others to do the same, creating a domino effect of transformation and hope. Life is a journey of growth and learning, and each interaction is an opportunity to strengthen yourself. By distancing yourself from negative influences and focusing on your own light, you not only benefit yourself, but also contribute to creating a more illuminated and harmonious world. So stop explaining yourself and start shining. In Isaiah 30:15, we find a powerful message. In quietness and trust is your strength. This passage reminds us that, amid the chaos and hustle of life, true strength does not come from words or frantic actions, but from inner quiet and trust in God. For the chosen ones, silence is not just an absence of sound. It is a declaration of faith and a surrender to the divine plan. When we talk about the silence of the chosen ones, we are referring to a state of mind that goes beyond the mere lack of words. This silence is a conscious choice, not to be swayed by provocations, accusations, or distractions. Instead of engaging in unnecessary debates or justifying themselves in the face of criticism, the chosen ones choose to trust in God and His wisdom. This attitude is not passivity, but an active form of resistance against the forces of darkness. By trusting in God, the chosen ones recognize that He fights their battles. Often, we may feel tempted to take the reins of the situation, to defend ourselves, or to explain ourselves. However, this approach can lead us into a cycle of stress and anxiety. When we decide to remain silent and hand our worries over to God, we are allowing Him to intervene on our behalf. This trust is an act of faith that strengthens us and empowers us to face challenges with courage. Therefore, may we learn to remain silent in the face of unjust accusations and to conserve our energies for spiritual battles that truly matter. Silence is more than a pause. It is a powerful weapon against darkness and an affirmation of our covenant with the Creator. By choosing silence, we are choosing the peace, trust, and strength that come from God. In our spiritual journey, may we embrace the strength of silence and trust in God. By doing so, we become more resilient, more centered, and more connected to our true essence. Silence is not a sign of weakness, but a powerful declaration of faith that empowers us to face life's challenges with courage and grace. May we always remember that, in quietness and trust, we find our true strength. We would love to hear your reflections on this topic. How have you practiced silence and trust in your life? What experiences have you had when remaining silent in the face of challenges? Share your thoughts in the comments.